Hey everybody, this wasn't a planned video, so just roll with the punches with me here. Was out here using the weed whacker, clearing off areas around trees and things in the swales, and ran across where our raspberries are. Now raspberries aren't prolific here, but they sure do taste good, so even if we just get a pint off of them, we like having them around. Well, in my efforts to weed whack and cut back some of this Kogan grass, I didn't realize I accidentally cut one of these canes, and you can see it still has some life in it. That's a growing cane, and as I pulled on it, this cane was going all the way back this way, and at the end of it there's a bit of a root structure. So this thing had layered itself and was starting to put out a new plant. We can even see some leaves. So let me show you what we're going to do to try to keep this alive and grow more raspberries. So all I have here is a slatted tray, but I'm going to reinforce it with a tray for using inserts, just because this thing's kind of old and ratty. And I'm just going to take this rooted area and put it down into here. First I'm going to add a little bit of this soil. This is the soil that was left over from filling the strawberry beds. So we're just going to make some more use out of this. The strawberries are loving this soil, so maybe so will this. We're going to make sure that's buried good there, and just put this cane out across the ground. Essentially we're going to recreate the situation it was already growing in and lay this cane out on the ground just like that. Now what about the rest of this? You'll notice this is a good 4 more feet sticking out of this thing. Well, what I'm going to do is, if I can find more trays, which was really just taken out of a scrap pile, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut this off into segments and lay it down into here, and probably 2 different rows per container, and see if they sprout. If they sprout, then I can take them out of the container and put them in the ground, and we can grow more raspberries. So hey, you know what? I found another cane laying in the ground. So I think, why don't we go ahead and put some in these deep pots as well? Why not? Okay, in this case you can see I have 7 pots set up, and I'm going to use 7 cuts out of these canes. Make sure if you try this that you pay attention to which direction the flower bud is going, so that you keep it going up. It's wanting to grow in one direction, wants to get its nutrients from this side, so make sure you pay attention to that. So there we go. Now all I'm going to do is take these individual segments and wiggle them down into here, leaving about 1 or 2 or 3 of the flower buds, whatever feels right, sticking out of the soil. So there we are. We've got our 7 canes in the Cone-Tainers right next to the white oaks. We're growing from acorns. As you can see, they are growing very slowly, as I've said before. I suspect that these will start to leaf out in the next month or so. They should come up pretty quickly, so we'll know what our success rate is. So we have 7 here in the Cone-Tainers, and then I've got 2 trays. One has the one that had the root that was starting to form, and another section of cane laid in the soil, and then the second one there has 2 lengths of cane just sitting in the soil. So we'll come back in a month or 2, however long it takes for them to start to leaf out, and see what our success rate is. Let me know, do y'all run across things like this where your plants just grow extra on their own? There's a word for that, reproduce. I'm losing the word I want to use. And do you try to save it, or would you have just mowed this down and took it back to the first cane and not even thought about how you could have got an extra plant out of this? Let me know what you think. I don't even know where I'm going to plant this, but I do know I love raspberries, and if you buy them in the store, they go moldy in like a day or 2. So fresh off the cane is the only way to go. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.